The over-reliance on autopilot has been linked to multiple fishing boat incidents over the years. This is from the National Fisherman, and it was published on the 27th of August, 2025. On the morning of June the 9th, 2021, the fishing vessel Sage Katherine Lane was making a routine transit when it ran aground. Soon after, the vessel began taking on water. The 3 crew members abandoned ship and were rescued by a nearby vessel. She later sank, resulting in a total loss of about $1 million. It turns out autopilot was engaged when this happened. The captain, an experienced fisherman of more than 30 years, had set the autopilot so that he could make a quick trip to his bunk. The boat was supposed to maintain its heading out of the inlet and into open water, but the autopilot failed. I turned around to get my socks and boots to put them on. I felt the boat turn hard to port. I looked up and we were heading straight to the jetty. The captain tried to reverse and steer away, but it was too little too late. She struck the jetty and ran aground before his actions could take effect. Autopilot is commonly used in marine operations, especially in open water where hazards are minimal. It reduces the monotony of steering by allowing the helmsman to leave the helm to perform other pilot-house tasks and observe from different navigational viewpoints. There are also disadvantages that have led to negligent navigational practices. According to a 2016 Coast Guard Safety Alert, over-reliance on autopilot systems can allow an operator to get too engrossed in performing other work on the bridge and in some extreme cases can lead to watch standards leaving the bridge for extended periods of time. This unattentiveness to the vessel's navigation has led to marine casualties. Although issues are uncommon, the National Transportation Safety Board reports on fishing vessel incidents suggesting that autopilot can lead to complacency. In May 2024, the fishing vessel Papa Rod was traveling on autopilot when it struck an anchored bulk carrier in the Gulf of Mexico, off the coast of Louisiana. The deckhand on watch was asleep at the helm. In October 2022, the fishing vessel Treemount turned into the path of a container ship well underway in the Atlantic Ocean off Virginia, resulting in a collision. The Treemount's mate had autopilot engaged and was not maintaining a proper watch while troubleshooting the vessel's gyro compass. In January 2016, the fishing vessel Day Island ran aground off Virginia Beach, California. The captain had fallen asleep while autopilot was steering the vessel. And there are many, many more examples. In the case of the Sage Katherine Lane, had the captain stayed at the wheel after engaging the autopilot, he would have been able to respond and take control of the vessel after the autopilot system failed and caused the rudder to turn to port. Autopilot does not relieve the operator of responsibility to conduct proper navigation watch. Use of autopilot should not be a justification for an operator to leave the wheelhouse or bridge unattended in confined waters. Navigating in a channel or harbor requires quicker reaction times due to traffic, currents encountered, and the frequent course changes, and more rudder due to slower speeds. Therefore, autopilot is often discouraged or prohibited in harbor entrances or narrow channels. NTSB has not issued a safety recommendation specifically addressing the over-reliance on autopilot within the fishing industry. I've covered a lot of stories over the past few years of boats going aground or collisions at sea. And a lot of times it's because whoever was on watch was actually asleep at the time. Asleep at the wheel or asleep at the helm, however you want to look at it, is a real thing, and it happens a lot. And when this happens, bad things happen. This article only covers basically 4 different incidents, all in America. But this happens all over the world. And there's way more that's happened in America over the last 2 years. Everything from fishing boats to cargo ships. Not paying attention when you're on watch can lead to very, very bad things. You have to remember that bad things happen very, very fast sometimes. And even faster if you're asleep. Can you imagine the feeling of running aground at full speed when you're asleep? And when that happens, at the very best scenario is goodbye boat. And everybody's life on board that vessel is in danger. It happens very, very fast. All right, guys, there it is. As always, thanks for watching. If you're new here and you like these kind of videos, don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you on the next one.